And now it's time for Bum Reviews with Chester A. Bum. Tonight's review, Despicable Me 2.
Oh my god, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life! Spoilers! There's this guy who looks like the Penguin, except this is an evil villain who wants to take over the world. And he seems to be constantly interrupting the story about these minions! Come on, guys! Stop hogging the spotlight! We all know it's the Minions movie! You may have an interesting design, but these are Simpson penises! People love Simpson penises! And sure, there's this story about these three girls and how the Penguin guy is supposed to look after them and... God, who cares? Just give me the Simpsons penises! But then the movie is like, we'll give you your Simpson penises! Hooray! But in exchange, there will be very little story and very little focus on our main characters. But that's what your advertising was doing to begin with! And that's why we're going to beat the Lone Ranger. But they do give us a few more characters outside of the Simpson penises! Like Kristen Wiig as Lucy! Who's just Lola from the Looney Tunes show, except now she has human boobies! I had human boobies once! I would never find a way to smoke estrogen again. So Human Boobies kidnaps the Penguin and takes him to an underground lair where they look after supervillains. And Professor Melting Double Chin is like,
we're the people who stop supervillains. If someone tries to steal the moon, we try to stop it.
then why didn't you try to stop it when I did it?
That was back when we wanted storylines to carry through. Now we're about funny scenes that don't really connect that well.
Oh, you mean like this scene with the Simpson penises? But it's funny because I don't know what they're saying. Kinda like politics. So they tell the Penguin that he has to go after this other supervillain who's living in the world's coolest mall! Oh my god, this mall is awesome! Everything looks unbelievable! If there's a coffee shop, the store's shaped like a giant coffee. If there's a shoe store, the store is shaped like a giant shoe. If there's a proctologist, I don't think he'd be in a mall. He'd be in something else, though. So they're trying to track down this villain in the mall who apparently has this stuff that turns people into evil grimaces? I was an evil grimace once! It's what they do to you when you ask how Chicken McNuggets are made. And the Penguin thinks it might be this guy named El Macho, who is the most macho person who ever lived. Even more macho than Chuck Norris, Mr. T, Steven Seagal, The Rock, Peter Dinklage's sense of self-worth. Peter Dinklage's sense of self-worth! And he has a son named Antonio! And he's as macho as... a little Peter Dinklage. I'll screw you! And one of the girls is in love with him. No, not the smallest cute one. No, not the one everybody forgets. No, not one of the minions in drag. The geeky one, that's it! And the Penguin is like, no, I would not have you dating sexy little boys! Father, what did you just say? I'm realizing how creepy that came out, but nevertheless you can't see him. Well, it looks like this is a problem that's gonna create some real conflict! Yes, I suppose we both had to learn something. Unless some lame, really fast plot device comes to split us up and we get back to more Simpson penises. Oh look, he's with another girl! Simpson penises! But it turns out the person they thought was the bad guy, then they proved wasn't the bad guy, it turns out was the bad guy? What a twist! Ish. And El Macho comes across Human Boobies and is like, I must capture you and keep you as bait to lure the Penguin. But wait, didn't we totally establish before that I know all these karate moves and I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself? It's the climax. We need something fast and we didn't really have time to develop anything outside of the Simpson penises. I can't even try using my lipstick taser? No. My karate moves? No. Can someone at least knock me out from behind or something? No, I'm just going to grab your arm very tightly. Oh no! How did you know grabbing my arm tightly was my only weakness? Oh good, good. Didn't even think of that. So the Penguin goes to save Human Boobies, defeats the evil bad guy, and the two of them get married. Thus the girls finally have a mother to look after them. You are the greatest mother in the world. Oh, that's so kind. Even though we only had one scene together, we barely interacted, and when we did, it kind of looked like I was having a lesbian moment for you. Okay, we already had one risque kid joke in this review. Let's not push it. Hooray! So Despicable Me 2 was lots of fun and really funny. Though I'll admit, it could have used a needlessly long, violent cowboy scenario with a man who somehow is doing both white face and red face at the same time. What do you mean I'm the only one who thinks that? But oh well, who cares? I got my Simpson penises! Actually, I think these minions are starting to wear off. Not like in the movie. Just saying, guys, do one more movie and then stop. This is Chester A. Bum saying, change! You can't change! Oh, come on, help a guy out, will ya? Come on, change! I'll use it to upgrade the Simpson penises! I hear the new design makes them look like yellow Vicodin!